What's good, everyone? It's your homie Hermit. We're back with another reaction. We got this, and then we have one more song, and we're done with Blaze Era Maiden. I have a song that was recommended that wasn't put on either of the albums, and it came from one of the homies who hasn't really liked either of these albums, and he was like, this one gets my pass. And so we have that one lined up next, and then it's A Brave New World. I cannot wait to get to Brave New World. Honestly though, the first 5 songs on this album, like The Angel and the Gambler was just too damn long. If it was 4 minutes long, 4.5 minutes long, it would have been perfect. But the first 5 songs were really good in my humble opinion. The Educated Fool, I didn't really vibe with. I wanted to. God, I wanted to like that song, just in spite of the assholes we had in the video before it. Don't look to the eyes of strangers. I can't believe I got that wrong after hearing it fucking 80 times. That song was just bad. I heard a couple people say that Iron Maiden doesn't have a bad song. Well, I say differently because it's right here. Don't look to the eyes of strangers. That is a bad song, dude. Just if it was 2 minutes, if it was 3 minutes, it does have one highlight with the guitar part and when it speeds up a little bit. But other than that, dude, that's its only redeeming quality. Como Estais Amigos. I can't wait to check this one out. I was told that this one's underrated, and honestly, the first half of the album is underrated in my opinion. Got at least out of the first 5, it's got at least 4 solid songs in my opinion. And I think a lot of like people who grew up listening to Maiden would disagree, or guys who were along the journey with Maiden, they might disagree. But I feel like a lot of people from my generation who grew up on the same type of rock and metal that I grew up on would be like, yeah, that's at the very least fucking better than what I had. So I wouldn't have bitched with it, you know? So let's hop into this last song on this album. And honestly, dude, so far, I would probably rate this album higher than No Prayer for the Dying. Barely, but higher. Let's see if this song will make that a little bit more or make it equal. I feel like we got fucked on that last song. I'm just gonna say it point blank. Um, the guitar solo was a real cop out. The song felt like it was just too slow. It wasn't repetitive. It wasn't too repetitive for me. It was a little repetitive, but not too repetitive. Um, there I feel like we didn't get a guitar solo, and it was just like, I know it's a ballad, but it was too slow. It was just too slow, man. Um, yeah, I feel like if there's a song that's better than this that didn't make the album, then why was this on it? Why were a couple songs on it, you know? This song overall, I wouldn't say it's the worst Iron Maiden album. That's the X Factor, hands down. Um, I'd say this is slightly worse than No Prayer for the Dying. Um, I just it had some good songs. It had like four really good songs in my opinion. But other than the four songs does not a good album make. Uh, so that's it is what it is. Like I really enjoyed I'd say I really enjoyed three of those four songs. I'd say five songs on this album are at least okay, but three of them are are not good, and one of them is plain bad. So overall, I'm glad this era is done, and I'm so happy to get back to Bruce. But I'm gonna have to say it's probably best that things played out the way that they did, just because Bruce's solo album that I listened to is phenomenal. It is so good. And if if him and Adrian Smith never got their if they never got their break, who's to say they would have came back for the next record? If because I saw a couple people saying that they should have gotten Paul to replace him. Well, first of all, how you like I don't know if replace was a bad word to say, but to fill in for. Um but how are you gonna you can't replace Bruce. You know, it's gonna be a tough job for everybody, regardless of who you got. And like I don't know if he was still battling his addiction problems, Paul. But if he did come back, would he have ever left? Would Bruce have ever came back? And I don't know about you guys, but I prefer Bruce over Paul. As much as I love the first two albums, I absolutely love Iron Maiden, even though it's a little bit poor production quality. And Killers is fucking phenomenal. Even though we did hear a couple songs in live performances done better by Bruce. I still love the Paul versions. But I'm I'm gonna say this was still a crucial moment for Maiden to happen, because it was like the last album was a darker tone than any other album. So I don't know if Bruce probably would have fucking killed it, you know. But would he have wanted to sing songs that were like that, you know? I don't know. I haven't listened to enough of his solo stuff to decide that or not. Um I I'm just glad that this happened, because it let all those guys get their recharge in. You know what I mean? They recharged, they came back. I can't wait to hear that next album. And 20 years later, they're still going strong. You know, 22 years later, they're still together. They haven't broke up or anything like that. Um, so I can't wait to check out the next 20 years of Maiden. Um, It's been a crazy journey. These last two albums almost felt longer than going through than the entire beginning half of their discography, dude. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the videos, even though a lot of you guys don't enjoy the songs. Um, I can't wait to get back to Bruce and Maiden. I can't wait to get back to Maiden. Um, but yeah, you all have an amazing rest of your day. Big shout out to the Patreon supporters, the TikTok viewers, the Instagram followers, subscribers, and everybody checking us out during our live streams. We'll catch you at the next one. Peace.